Jeez, Kathleen, that joke didn't go down well, Kathleen. You go down well, Kathleen. Say it out quick. See, a prod. What age are you? Jesus, Kathleen, he looks about 16.
Michael, he's not. I'm sorry.
I'm meant to be 500 yards away from children, Kathleen.
Michael.
Hi everybody, it's Alan from Unity. As you can see, we're here in the Cork Opera House and I'm joined by two legends. We have Sinead and Steve, also known as Farmer Michael and the one and only Kathleen. Thanks very much for joining us
Thank
here,
you
folks.
Thank you for having us.
We're thrilled.
I wouldn't say we're legends now, but I'd say myself more like a god.
A god.
A god.
I
A god.
underestimate it totally.
Or some sort of deity. A minor god.
You're just among. Go
Fair
on.
play. I suppose, look, you're here in Cork for your big gig here in the Cork Opera House tonight. Are you all excited about that?
Very excited. Nervous, as always. I think it's a normal thing, but we're really excited and very grateful that we've had so many tickets sold. So
It's
a
just
nice
that,
feeling.
like Pavarotti's Ness and Dorma, it's hard to do live, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
And when you mentioned like the live side of it, Brian obviously is behind the camera. When you're making videos, does it happen in one go, or do you have to go again and again?
Sometimes that's a tricky one. Sometimes
Twice,
it
maybe.
takes maybe 2 or 3 kind of takes, but
Okay.
nothing is like scripted ever. We'll just have like random phrases.
envelopes.
Envelope
sketches we call.
Yeah,
we have a thing
write.
of envelopes in the glove box, and we'll pull them out and we'll just write down a few, like.
So you
Little things.
literally, so you have an idea, you just run with it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
might
it's just
have
kind of like
name places or
Yeah.
funny phrases.
the news has happened. Someone's been.
Donald Trump dies in the morning.
Yeah, Donald Trump has been assassinated. Get out the thing, Trump, fucking, and then work out in your head. And you're always like, you'll throw up the video and it'll do well, but you're always kind of left with, oh, why didn't I say that there?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like,
And you're
it's just-
kind of thinking then, well, maybe I would have done that better if it was scripted. But I think if we had scripted stuff, it'd just seem really rehearsed, and
Yeah,
Michael's
scripting
kind
would
of
ruin
flair
it, like.
wouldn't be there.
And to be
'Cause-
fair, a lot of movies are, with comedy value. There's a lot of stuff that's not even scripted.
Improv,
Yeah,
it's
it's
improv and
key,
it's left in,
yeah.
and it looks way better as well.
Yeah, you couldn't script it though, because me shouting over you while you talk, you can't really.
It wouldn't make sense. No, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
work.
just doesn't work.
And
Like.
from, I suppose, where it all started, how did the idea come about initially? Where did it start off?
Well, I always used to do stupid kind of comedy raps when I was in school and stuff. I always used to
farmer
just like in a
accent.
farmer accent. Yeah, I just thought I found it hilarious just going around like been spending most me life living it, and people used to love little snippets
So
of them.
you're a
Like,
messer, basically.
oh yeah, geez, I got kicked out of school then when I was like 15 or something. Well, kicked out of school is very hard. I was politely asked to go and never return, and then I got just bored one night, and my brother was in the car with me running, and I just said like, record me there for the crack. I'll talk a bit of shite. Like I didn't even do a rap. I just said I'll just talk like how a West County fucking West Galway farmer
be
would like, yeah. And I just went on a kind of a little rant, and they kind of took on from there then, and I started talking about my wife Kathleen, about her, but she didn't exist as such. I was just and then like
It
So
just
you're-
started gaining a lot of popularity, and then his brother was like, "Oh no,
That's
no,
what I was
no."
saying. Your
Yeah, I
brother
don't wanna be
obviously
this.
saw this and was like,
yeah,
no,
I don't want
somebody
I
else
don't
did.
want any
So
part of
you,
this.
You obviously took and then Sinead and you became Kathleen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen was just like, "Well, I'm talking about Kathleen anyway, so why
Yeah.
don't you just?"
But
do
it wasn't
And I was-
even a decision. You just kind of became it and morphed into
Yeah, yeah.
the part. Like I
Like we
suppose.
said, I think it was last week. The idea of Kathleen is all Stephen's, but I kind of evolved myself into this character.
Mhm.
So I
And would you run through, I know you're saying that you don't like script anything, but would you run through an idea together and
Oh,
take
yeah.
pointers
Yeah.
from each other on
yeah,
what?
yeah,
Yes,
we
yeah.
both have a good. Sorry.
That's okay.
We both have an equal kind of say in what's
Yeah.
going on in the sketches.
Some-
He'll come up with the main idea, and
Sometimes I get vexed then because like we'll be doing it and I'll be like, "Oh, you should have said that there," and she's looking at me going,
But
you didn't tell me," because at this stage I nearly expect her to know when to
That
come
I
in
can
with
read
something,
his
that she can read
mind.
my mind and know because you usually can.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like you're kind of waiting for that, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, sorry, shit, my bad."
But when
You know
before you hit record, what's the ultimate goal of every video?
Virality, I suppose.
Virality, yeah.
Go viral.
I think the main key that brings the videos to a viral kind of level is a good story told by Michael.
Yeah.
People love fucking Shane. People love a good, like, whatever's current in the news. They love Michael's take on a big bizarre story about it, and the background of this whole news that's just happened.
Yeah, because originally it was just kind of off the cuff. I'd do a song, or I'd do something about farming, or I'd do something that wasn't really current.
Right.
And then people started asking, like, I wonder what Michael's view would be on X, Y, and Z. So then we kind of started taking up more current things and topical things.
And to be fair, topical is a positive and a negative in the feedback you get. But to be fair, as somebody who follows your videos, I think the topics are worth talking about, such as alcoholism, mental health. And the character of Michael is representing those topics that no one else will touch.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's so important because, like we always say, there's so many, I hate the phrase content creators out there nowadays. And fair play to everyone who puts themselves on the internet. It's brilliant. But a lot of them are like, oh, yeah, I know a man that does that, or I know you're one that's like that. But Michael and Kathleen talk about the things that we're all thinking.
Yeah.
And that maybe
Alcoholism,
you don't want
depression,
to talk about them.
Abortion. Yeah. Like
there's no limit.
We've discussed them all, because I suppose the beauty of our thing is that I can be the 1930s Irish man, you know, complaining, Boston, they're killing me, and she can be the voice of reason then at the same time, you know what I mean?
So you have both sides, and like I said, we are just talking about what you're all thinking, and maybe you don't want to say it out loud, so we'll do that for you.
And you hope the audience at home are thinking like Michael's a fucking gobshite, because that's the whole idea.
But there is a place for that, specifically in Ireland, you know, with the whole Catholic Church and religion and the government playing its part. I think you're taking it to a level beyond even what you know you're achieving, because it's so out there. People are like, wow. It is comedy, but wow. And that's a testament to the storylines that you're following.
Well, you always try, you don't, like, obviously there's some videos that are just done for the crack, like the Beast from the East with the loaves of bread, or you know, ones like that. But then now and again we do one where there is a deeper message about like alcoholism or depression in Ireland, or disability. Like there's a message there. It's highly satirical, you know what I mean? Like, but you also have to then at the same time you have to, like, when I was doing the disabled one, I was saying, Kathleen, disabled people shouldn't be allowed out. Like, I don't want to have to see them. If you have a disabled child, put a tarpaulin over it so I don't have to look at it. But I got crucified for that. But some people think that.
What do you say to those people that don't?
I'm fighting your battle. Like in that video, I was fighting your battle. I was being the voice of people that used to think that and say that disabled people should be kept in homes.
But all those people wanted to see him as being that person, and that's all.
Like, there is still people that would be like, I have a brother with a learning difficulty. Like, they'd be wary around him. They don't want to have to confront that thing.
So it's an issue that you've actually witnessed, and you've.
Oh God, yeah. They'd feel uncomfortable around him. Yeah. I'd feel like poking them in the head. You know what I mean? But they would, like, they'd be uncomfortable because they don't. It's almost kind of a non-ignorant ignorance. They're not sure what the protocol is, because
it's something that to them is taboo, but to those
well, they are another. Like, we only see them maybe on the Special Olympics ad, or going down the road with an instructor in front of them, and there might be 14 of them, and that's all our only interaction, unless you're a family of one member. You don't really see them. So they're still, in a way, they're still stigmatized, and they're still what's the word, like, apart from us. They're still unseen, even though they're not locked behind in buildings. They're still unseen.
But the content of your videos, we'd say you're just over an hour before you go here. When you're making these videos, the content you're putting out, you just mentioned viral is a great thing. But if somebody said, well done in that video, I really think that was worth doing. It brought awareness. That's something that you take pride in.
Some videos,
like, a viral video.
Yeah, some videos, you know, like, when we've done the abortion one, we know we're not going to get many views or likes or shares in it.
And we know as well, it's because you know a lot of people on your timeline are afraid to even, they'll watch it, they'll enjoy it, but they'll be afraid to
so
like
some
or
you
comment
know,
or
like,
whatever.
you're not going to get that many views and shit, but you do it because I suppose you feel responsible, and you feel like, well, Michael has to have a say on that.
And with the videos, you're out there, you've millions and millions of views all around the world. What's the next couple of years taking place? What is your goal as a team?
Well, 18 months ago we want to stop.
Really?
Yeah, we got tired of it, I suppose, and just, like, didn't want to do it anymore. And then I suppose we got back into doing it. Then after a little, like, gap, when Prince died, we done the one about Prince, and I sang the song Raspberry Beret really badly, like, and that kind of went viral again. So we kind of, like, you know, we'll give it a go, sure, again, and we'll get back doing it, I suppose.
I think the Prince dying video kind of made us realise that people are very interested in what Michael has to say on current topics, and it worked really, really well from there. and that was something we just continued to.
It's
keep
just kind of
forward
like we don't see it dying out because every time we reach
The
another
lads
audience, like
tiptoeing.
like we've so many English fans now, and Scottish fans, and Welsh fans, and Australian fans, and American fans, and like our clips were shown on like Fox TV and CNN and everything.
NBC.
So you're like, you kind of, do you stop when everyone has been hit by it, or do you stop at like when am I just going to say, all right, Michael's gone, here's the other characters?
But is there something else that potentially Michael and Kathleen could do? So you're, I suppose, as Deirdre Kane said, you're doing it in reverse. Normally comes the live and you do the sketches. You're doing it in reverse, but outside of the live shows that we're about to see tonight, is there something else that Michael and Kathleen could do on a platform basis outside of the stage?
I think that we've always said we'd love to have our own like TV show, like kind of like a Mrs. Brown's Boys kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Mrs. Brown Boys, but absolutely fair play to Brendan O'Carroll. Like, he's worked so hard and for so long to get that. But I think what he does on his show is great to an extent, but I think Michael and Kathleen could push the limit of ridiculing celebrities and guests and stuff.
People love to see celebrities ripped apart.
Yeah,
and if I could do it satirically while she's Michael,
Or
he's not him or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'd be there, who's this lad? You know, I just think it'd work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what you see in, like, again, Mrs. Brown's Boys is very tailored to RT, the PC friendly kind of, about to push the limit, but not going that far. And I think Michael and Kathleen would really, really.
It's amazing how the media kind of runs from us as well. And maybe they're just, that's that thick gobshite. He's just going to say the C word on radio or whatever. But that kind of upsets me then at the same time that they think that they literally think I'm a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? And that kind of hurts me because the amount of like work I put into this, like I was a satirical writer before I even started doing the videos, like, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a kind of a kick in the teeth. But then we're looking at our ticket sales and you're like, we done all this ourselves. We're not invited to this show or that radio station or this show to get it out there. And you're kind of thinking, and we're probably outselling the ones that are on them week in, week out.
As I said, ye are the MDs, ye are the managers, ye are the marketing. Before we wrap up, I suppose I just want to kind of think down the line, what can we expect from yourselves in the next, say, 18 months? So 18 months ago, you were thinking of stopping. Now you're on a road to success, and big success and well-deserved. But what could we see in the next 18 months for yourselves?
Well,
bigger shows, bigger venues.
Next year we're going to have a full, maybe 30, 40 venue list 2019 tour, Ireland and UK.
Make sure you come back to Unity Media and we'll certainly help out as best we can.
And I think it's going to finish up in the Apollo. So
Brilliant.
That's just a little...
Brilliant. No, well, that's it. You heard it first, folks.
She's getting worried already, but it's a name of...
He's the biggest streamer in the whole world.
Vicar Street is done. No one said we'd do that, so I say we do the Apollo.
Look,
so fuck it.
You have to dream. Again, thanks very much for taking time.
No problem at all, man.
Really appreciate it. We can't wait to see what's in store.
Thank you so much.
I just hope the people that are going to be watching this at home, the show will be done and dusted by the time this goes out, but we'll bring you some content as well. So thanks very much.
Yeah, and you missed it.